Hello everyone, in this video we're going to look at another example of recording sales revenues using gross method and net method. On January 15, company A sold $150,000 to a customer with terms 210 and 30. That means 2% discount will be given if it's paid within 10 days and the deadline is in 30 days. On January 25, which is 10 days later, the customer paid half of the total sales. On February 14, which is beyond the discount window, the customer paid the rest. How do we prepare the journal entries? Using gross method and net method. So the total sales is 150,000, $75,000 is paid within the windows, discount windows, and $75,000 is paid outside the discount windows. So the total discount is 2%. So the first payment gets the discount, 2% of $75,000, $1,500, but the second payment doesn't get any discount. So the net sales coming from the first payment is only $73,500, or from the second payment is $75,000. Okay, let's take a look at the gross method first. With the gross method, we record it based on the gross amount, which is $150,000. Accounts receivable 150,000, sales revenue $150,000. So that's the gross amount. January 25, receive half, so we get cash. Okay, because this amount carries the discount, we only receive 73,500, but the accounts receivable that we cancel is $75,000. Okay, because the accounts receivable was based on the gross amount. The difference is going to be the sales discount, which is the 2% discount. Okay, so 2% times 75,000 is $1,500. For the second payment, done on February 14, that's after the discount window, we will receive cash in full for the 75,000. And we cancel the accounts receivable that we still have, $75,000. Okay, so now all the accounts receivable have been paid. So what about the sales revenues? The sales revenues is going to be the full amount, $150,000, the gross amount, minus the sales discount from the first payment, $1,500. So the net sales to be recorded and reported on the income statement would be $148,500. What about the accounts receivable? Well, the accounts receivable is based on the gross amount. So we started with 150,000. Okay, and then it was paid 75% with the first payment. It was paid 75,000 in the first payment and the second payment. So after those two payments, the ending balance is 150,000 debit minus 75,000 credit minus 75,000 credit. So the ending balance is 0. Now, what if we use the net method in that we expected the discount to be used by the customer from the very beginning? So when we recorded the accounts receivable, this is already based on the net amount equals 98% times 15,000. So we assume that we will collect 98% of the 15,000, which is 147,000. Wait, this is, sorry, 150,000. I need to put 10. Okay, 147,000. So that's the sales revenue we recorded using the net method at the beginning, $147,000. And then when the first payment is done, January 25th, we get cash 73,500, and we cancel accounts receivable 73,500. So because those two are recorded based on the net amount, it's really what 50% of that. Okay. But then on February 14, when the other 75,000 is paid, we get the full amount. Although we expected in our accounts receivable at the beginning 73,500 based on the net amount here. Okay, so the discount not taken, which is 1,500, will be put back into the sales revenue. Okay, 1,500. Otherwise, our sales revenue would be 147,000. So the sales revenue is going to be the 147,000 originally recorded plus the discount that is not taken for the second $75,000 payment. Okay, 148,500, and that's what we recorded using the gross method as well. So the amount of net sales reported on the income statement will be the same whether you use the gross method or net method. Now let's take a look at the accounts receivable. When we recorded the accounts receivable the first time, it was already based on the net amount. And then the first payment, the accounts receivable was credited at the net amount. And then the second payment, accounts receivables, is credited again with the net amount. Okay, so we can calculate the ending balance, 147,000 minus 73,500 minus 73,500. Again, the ending balance in our balance sheet will be 0, like the gross method. Okay, so although the approach is different using gross method and net method, your income statement and your balance sheet will still be the same. Okay, and company usually just use the gross method. Thank you for watching.